So coming to your space, coming into awareness of your physical body, but also your mental mind. So that just means what you're thinking, any preconceived ideas about the class, about what even yoga is, just look to let go of them. Just finding length in the spine if you're sitting down, but if you're lying down on your back, just taking a moment or two here to let the ground take your weight. So really looking to just let go, to release into the floor and to feel the strength of the ground underneath you. So a lot of a yoga practice is about grounding down, rooting down to be able to have that mobility and flexibility and malleability in not just movement, but other aspects of life. And a reminder as well, your yoga blocks, if you've got them, if you want to use them, they're very good bits of kit to have, or a strap or anything like that. So just wherever you are, just maybe take a couple of deep inhale breaths through the nose and then exhale, just let it out through the mouth without it being forced. So another deep inhale breath through the nose and then exhale, just allowing the breath to fall out through the mouth. So whether you're lying down or sitting down in the space, just bringing that attention, that awareness to your mind, your awareness to your breath, your awareness to what's going on for you physically and mentally. And we'll just take 2 last breaths here before we start to move. Oops. So 2 last final deep inhale breaths through the nose. Exhale, just let it go. 1 more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Well done. Now if you're lying on your back, just have a little stretch, roll onto one side and press yourself up to a seated position. If you're already sitting down, just change the cross of the legs. This is generally the one against your habit. So if you've just come from lying down as well, just join us in a seated position with your legs crossed against how you would normally sit. Interlace your fingers, take an inhale breath and take the arms up high to the sky without the shoulders hunching to the ears. So you still got your belly button connected to spine. Inhale, extend and reach up from the waist, and then exhale, bring your left hand down, start to take the weight over to the left hand side. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So as you exhale, you look to maybe release a little lower into that stretch, but that right shoulder there hasn't hunched forward, so it's peeling open and back. Your fingers are spread wide on both hands, and you can feel that stretch deep into the side of the body. Try to keep the face soft. Take 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, zip the belly in, bring that right hand back down. Just take a breath here, find length in the spine, and then inhale, float the left hand up, reaching up, and then extending over towards your right hand side. And again, just checking that that left shoulder hasn't hinged forward, so keep it open. Belly is still in. That's it, face is soft. Fingers spread wide, and there's no weight dumping into that right wrist. You're pressing into the floor. Take 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, maybe soften a little further into that right hand side. Well done. And then take an inhale, zip the belly in, bringing the hand back down. We're going to do 1 more on each side, slightly quicker this time. Inhale, lift the right arm up and over, really extend and reach. Exhale, over towards that left hand side, stretch. Good. Inhale, come back through the center. Exhale, float the left arm up, find length in the waist. And then exhale it over towards that right hand side. Well done. Coming back up through the center. Great job. And then just start to take the head down, through and around into a couple of circles here. Now, if you have a tight neck, maybe you just start bringing ear to shoulder. And then maybe you start to just ease into it gently. Careful as you take the head back, just keep the jaw loose. You've still got that integrity of the belly in towards the spine to give your spine support. And make sure you haven't stopped breathing. So yoga is literally just breath and movement. Starting now to see if you can breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. So the breath initiates the movement, it guides the movement. If you lose the breath, just come back to the breath. So take a break, get the breath back. Never be anywhere that is painful or that you can't breathe. Well done. Transitioning now to a tabletop position. So spread the fingers wide, hands underneath the shoulders, shins pressed down in towards the mat. Belly is in, you found a neutral spine. So a neutral spine is where you've got a long flat back. It's not with the bum sticking up, and it's also not rounded here. So if it helps you just find that little centered position as you move the pelvis ever so slightly to find that neutral position, have a little play. Now have a little look down to the hands. Make sure the fingers are spread as wide as they can into the floor. If you have any issues with your wrist, you can pop a towel underneath the heel of the hand just to give yourself a bit more space. Pressing into the floor, firing up the shoulders, we'll work through some cat and cows. So inhale, dipping through the spine, lifting the tailbone, lifting up through the crown of the head, opening through heart center with your cow. And then exhale, tucking your chin, tucking your pelvis, doming through the upper back, really enjoying that stretch in between the shoulder blades as you exhale. So inhale, coming up and through, lifting the tailbone, opening through heart center, lifting through the crown of the head without dumping into the spine. And then exhale, tucking the pelvis, doming through that back, really enjoying that stretch. We'll do 2 more. Inhaling, finding that cow, keep the belly still, zip to spine. Exhale, finding your cat. 1 more, well done. Inhale, finding that cow. And then exhale, finding that cat, well done. So now we're going to freestyle, okay? So just having a little move here in the space. Nothing is right or wrong. You can maybe bring the thighs down towards the floor. Just keep the belly connected to the spine. And just remember that no one is watching you. So you're just free here to move, perhaps taking the knees wider, making a couple of circles, feeling it in those inner thighs. Any stress or tension you want to release into the mat, maybe take a couple of real, just exhale breaths to release that. Well done, take 1 more breath here. And then coming back through to a neutral tabletop position. Just tuck the toes, take your tailbone back on towards your heels if you can. If you've got any knee or hip issues, take the hips high. Starting to make some starfish shapes with the hands, so like that. So this is going to start to feel a little bit of a burn into the fingers or maybe into the forearms. So as that starts to happen, carefully your bum doesn't tip back and you start to bring your head back. Keep the pelvis tucked, long spine. So we're also building strength there in the stomach area, in all those core muscles. Well done, warming up the forearms. Take those hands in line with the shoulders. Again, without the shoulders hunching up towards the ears. That's it. Face is soft, breathe. Well done, take those hands up to 45 degrees towards the sky. Well done. Now, if you're sitting down on your heels and your toes have started to hurt a little bit, just give them a little pat out and then come back in. So really opening into the balls of the feet here as well. Good, take the hands high. Well done. That's it, so your bum can be down on the heels if your knees allow, otherwise you can stay up. Take 1 more deep breath, inhale. Exhale, just give those a shake out, well done. That's borderline horrible, that one, I'm sorry. Hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes, take an inhale. As you exhale, take the tailbone high to a downward facing dog. Pedaling through the heels here. First downward facing dog of the morning or the day, whatever time of day you're doing this on. So just have a little pedal. Remember, don't compare yourself to anything on the screen. Your mobility is different to mine. And then finding a neutral downward facing dog here. So stillness in the pose. Hands in line with the shoulders, feet in line with the hips. On every inhale, press into the floor with the hands. Find length in the spine, lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, bring the heels further down towards the floor. Now the heels might not touch and you might have quite a big bend in the knee if you've got tight hamstrings. So don't worry if the knees stay bent. Keep the belly in, looking between the feet or maybe between up towards the belly button or your knees. But just looking to find that length in the spine. Take 1 more deep inhale breath here. Find length in the spine, lift the tailbone. As you exhale, maybe draw those heels down towards the floor. Well done, and then inhale, bring the knees down towards the floor, untuck the toes, take the tailbone back into a child's pose. So this is also a resting pose. You can come back to this place at any time. Take an inhale here, zip the belly in, start to walk the hands to the right hand side of your space. Deep stretch into the left hand side of the body. Breathing here, belly is still sucked into spine, but the shoulders aren't hunching up. Keep that breath in through the nose, out through the nose if you can. Taking an inhale, zip the belly in, walk those hands through the center, over towards the left. Stretching into the right without the shoulder hunching up, in towards the ears. Well done, 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, bring those hands back to the center. And then come back through to the tabletop. Tuck the toes, hit the tailbone high, downward facing dog. Another little pedal of the heels here. Belly is still in. Don't worry if your clothes start falling off at this point. Try to avoid the distraction. Try to keep the focus where you can. And then softening the knees, lift the gaze, look forward, start to tiptoe the feet towards the hand, coming into a ragdoll. So keep the knees as soft as you need to here. Take hold of the elbows, maybe gently swaying side to side. Now again, this is going to depend on your mobility. So you might be up here. You might have even longer legs than I have. Nothing that is forced or sharp pain. Just let the head be heavy. And then interlacing now the hands behind the back. Find a still stance to ground yourself down and spread the toes wide into the earth. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, press the palms away. Maybe lengthening into the legs, but again, not forcing anything. Keep the knees as bent as you need to. That's it. Breathing here. Now, if you have any restrictions down the front line of the body, you can always do this one standing up, just pressing the palms away that way. Take one more deep inhale, breath. Exhale, surrender into those shoulders. Well done. Soften the knees, bring the hands down towards the floor. Keep the head heavy, rolling up through a spine roll, coming up one vertebra at a time to stand. If you're working with any back issues or heavily pregnant, just use those hands to walk yourself back up through the legs. Coming to stand to the top of the space in your Tadasana mountain pose. Feet spread wide, legs are strong. If you'd like to set an intention, offering out your class to someone or something, now's a great time. So offering out your practice to someone or something beyond you in this space who could benefit from your energy today. Remembering to never be anywhere where you can't breathe and to just have some fun. That's the most important thing. On your next inhale breath, open your eyes, take the arms wide and high to the sky, maybe looking up. Exhale with a flat back, forward fold down towards the floor. Now inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back, keep the belly zipped in. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right, then the left foot back into a tall plank position. Now you can stay here or you can lower your knees, whatever you need to do for you today. I'm going to stay with my knees down. If your knees are off the floor, careful there's no collapsing in the spine. Your bum isn't shifting up. You want to find that length in the spine. Belly is strong. Spread the fingers wide. That breath in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. Take one more deep inhale breath here. Well done. Exhale, lowering down slowly all the way down. Keep those elbows tucked in, chin tucked in, coming all the way down to lie completely flat on the mat. Keep the elbows in. Well done. And then inhale, scoot the chest. Keep the elbows in, legs zipped in. Looking slightly down. There's no pressure in the hands. This is the back bend. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down. Press your tailbone back towards your heels. Child's pose. And then returning to a downward facing dog. So that combination of moves is your vinyasa. Press up, back bend, down dog. You can always skip it out. Go straight to down dog if you need to. We're going to do one with the breath. So here we go. Just follow the words. Inhale, come forwards to your tall plank. Exhale, lower your knees, your chest, and your whole upper body down towards the floor. Keep those elbows in. Long, flat spine. Well done. Lie flat. Inhale, scoops the chest. Exhale, press. Tailbone, child's pose, and downward facing dog. Well done. Just pedaling those heels there, finding length down the back line of the body. We're going to do one more, but this time we're going to come down halfway only. Okay, so inhale, come forwards to your tall plank, belly in. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, bring your chest and your chin down towards the floor, elbows tuck in. Inhale, scoops the chest to your cobra. Exhale, press straight to your downward facing dog. Well done. So from here, spread the weight evenly into the hands. Shift the weight to the left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Bend at the knee, open out at the hip. Keep the belly in. Don't worry about those t-shirts coming off. And then circling into that right hip there. So try to keep the shoulders square. Keep breathing. That's it. And then inhale, extend the right leg high, square off the hips. Exhale, press into the hands, shift the body weight forward, step the right foot between the hands. Now, if it doesn't go there, or you need to lower the back knee to get that front foot forwards, that's absolutely fine. And then reframe that front foot with your hands. So your back knee is down, your feet are flat to the floor, but you're still trying to find length in the spine. You'll feel this in your hip flexors. This is where bricks, if you need them, come in handy to find that length in the spine. Breathing there in towards that left hip area. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck the back toes, elevate the back knee. You're in a runner's lunge. Again, this is where those bricks can come in handy. And anatomically, sometimes, like I'm one of these people, we have short hands. It can be hard to, arms, it can be hard to reach the floor. So that's where bricks can come in handy, or come up right into those fingertips. Keep breathing, spreading the weight evenly into that right foot. Take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, step the left foot forwards. Well done. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Tadasana. Well done. Coming back to that breath. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that belly in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands at the left, then the right foot back, holding that plank. Now again, if you need to, you can lower your knees. Whilst you're here in your plank or with your knees lowered, I'm just going to show you the next option with your chaturanga, the press up, if you'd like to take it. So option 1 is knees, chest, chin, scooping the chest, downward dog. Option 2 is a chaturanga, the press up. You come down halfway only. You scoop the chest into an upward facing dog, and then you go to a downward facing dog. Keep holding those planks or take a rest if you need to. Now the important thing is here that the elbows stay hugged into the side of the body in whatever variation that you're doing, okay? So they look the same in a way. All right, so well done. Take a little break, take a little child's pose if you've been holding those planks. Breathing here into the back. Just finding that space in the spine. Letting it go into the mat, well done. And then coming back through to your tabletop, tuck the toes, come to a plank. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, choose whichever option you'd like to take. I'm going to go back to that first one, but you can take a full chaturanga if you'd like to. Inhale, scoops the chest to cobra. Maybe you'd like to take it further into that upward dog. No collapsing belly in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, well done. So inhale here, shift the weight to the right foot, lift the left leg high, bend at the knee, open out at the hip, couple of circles in towards that hip area there. Keep the hands pressing evenly down into the floor to keep you stable. That gaze point towards the right foot, maybe up towards the belly button, but careful that you're not just letting everything fall around. Inhale, take the left leg high, square off the hips. Exhale, shift the weight forward, step the left foot in towards the hands, between the hands. Remember, don't worry if you need a couple of shuffles. Lower the back knee, staying here. So those fingertips are down, well done. If you're feeling any pressure in that knee joint there, you can just come back ever so slightly, just reset it so you're distributing the weight more evenly. Well done, lengthen the spine, breathing into that hip flexor area. Take an inhale breath. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee as you exhale, runner's lunge. Well done, stay long in the spine, take an inhale. Exhale, take that back foot forward, beautiful job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands down by your side, Tadasana. Well done. Inhale, deeply bend your knees, sweep the hands low then high into chair pose. Staying here for a couple of breaths. So squeezing those legs together, keep the weight in the heels. The arms can be as wide apart as you need, far apart as you need them. So what you want to avoid here is overarching the lower back, sticking your bum up. Tuck the pelvis, fix that gaze, your drishti. Super strong in the gaze, squeeze the legs together. Can you go a little low? Well done, take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands at the right. Then the left foot back, lower down through your press up or skip it out entirely, go straight to downward dog. Inhale, scoops the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften your knees, look forward, step the right foot between your hands, rise up to a high lunge, don't worry if you wobble. Okay, so the high lunge here, front knee stacked over the front ankle, back knee slightly bent, pelvis is tucked. If this feels too strong, come down to this position here. Take one more deep inhale, breath. Exhale, stay low in that right leg, bring hands down towards the floor, hands connect to the ground. Inhale, press into the floor, step the right foot back. Exhale, low down through your press up option. Well done, inhale, scoops the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're staying here for a couple of breaths. So don't worry if you get a little lost, you just keep doing what you can. Breathing here into the spine, finding that length, hopefully feeling a little warmer now into the body. Careful, there's no hunching up in towards the shoulders. Keep looking up between the legs, so towards the knees or the feet. Finding that real length in the spine. Again, don't worry if the knees are a bit bent. You're just looking to increase that length where you can. Take one more deep inhale breath. Exhale, soften the knees, look forward, step the right then the left foot between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, deeply bend your knees, chair pose, weight in the heels. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, well done. Inhale, deeply bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left and then the right foot back. Lower down through your press up option, sticking with me if that's right for you today. Inhale, scoop to the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften the knees, look forward, step the left foot between the hands. Don't worry, however many steps you need to get there, whatever you need to do. And then rise up to that high lunge. Well done. So don't worry if you're wobbling. Really look to spread the weight into that left foot. And even in this position here, you're looking to keep the hips square. So that back hip, that right hip, it looks like your left, but that right hip wants to pull back. You want to bring it forwards. Come up high on the toes of the back foot. Soften into that left knee. Breathe. Take one more deep inhale, well done. Exhale, can you go a little lower into that left leg? Great effort. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Inhale, step the left foot back. Exhale, lower down through your press up. Inhale, scoops the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here in your downward facing dog for a few more breaths. If you need to take a breather, come into your child's pose. Remember, no self-judgment about what your body's doing this morning. Just an amazing achievement, the fact that you're even here or whatever time of day you're doing this class. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, look to bring those heels further down towards the floor. One more inhale, redistribute the weight across the hands. Exhale, let the ground take all that stress away. Well done. So bring the feet together to touch here. Take an inhale, soften the knees, look forwards. Step the right foot to the outside edge of the right hand. And then the left foot to the outside edge of the left hand. We're coming down into a squat. Don't worry about what that looks like getting there. Okay, so you're coming down into a squat here. Elbows coming into the inside edge of the legs. Palms pressing together into prayer. Now again, if you're working with hip, knee, ankle issues, this is where bricks come in super handy. And you want to try and find a place where you can just breathe. Keep the belly in and you're looking to find length in your spine. Okay, so just trying to find that stillness where you can. That drishti, that gaze point, helping you bring that focus back into your space. Coming back to the breath, 2 more breaths here. Inhale through the nose. That's it. Exhale, just allow that tailbone to come down towards the floor. One more deep breath in through the nose. Find length in the spine. Exhale. Well done. Placing those hands down on the floor. Just gently bring those knees towards the ground. Take them a bit wider. Come into a child's pose. Just counter stretching ever so slightly. Well done. Really feel that the weight of your body taken by the earth here. And then inhale. One more deep inhale breath here. Exhale. Just really allow those shoulder blades to soften in towards the spine. Inhale, coming forwards, pop your tailbone down, shift the legs out in front of you, and then bend the knees, place the hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop. This can feel quite intense for the shoulders, so just do what you can, okay? Take a break if you need to. So spread the weight evenly across the feet, spread the weight evenly across the hands. Find your drishti, your focus, take an inhale. As you exhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Now, don't worry if you're down there, okay, you're looking to, over time, press into the feet, lift the hips. You want to keep the hips in line with the shoulders. Keep the gaze point focused. Remember, keep pressing into the floor. So you're using shoulder strength whilst also opening up those shoulders. If it feels good for you, you can take the head back. But I don't like doing that. It makes me feel like I'm sinking into my shoulders. So just work intuitively for your body. Take one more inhale. Exhale, can you lift the hips one last little bit? Well done. Slowly lower down with control. Great job. Take the feet out in front of you. Long legs. Take an inhale, extend and reach up from the waist. Exhale, forward fold over the feet. Now again, this is where something like a strap can come in handy if you've got really tight hamstrings. So you want to loop that around the feet. And then you can start to wiggle your tailbone back as you start to shift the weight over. That's it. So whatever works for you. Now you want to avoid rounding in the spine. You're thinking about length here. Keep the belly in. If the knees are bent, that's totally fine. Just over time, looking to find that length in the legs. So maybe take hold of the toes, the piece, fingers and thumb. Maybe that's not good. Maybe you're staying here. Just looking to tiptoe those fingers slowly forwards. Well done. Take one more deep inhale breath here. Exhale, softening that, softening down. That's it. Inhale, zip the belly in. Walk those hands back towards your waist. Bend the knees. Come to life. Slowly down onto your back. Keep the knees bent. Coming into a bridge pose here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press into the feet. Elevate the hips. Belly is in. Try to keep those knees in alignment with the hips here. And then you can interlace the hands behind the back if that feels good for you. If that doesn't feel good for you, just keep the hands flat to the floor. Squeezing into your glutes, feeling that activation down the back line of the legs. Well done. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, can you lift those hips one last little time? Inhale here. Exhale, lowering down really slowly with control. Just windscreen wiping the legs there. Well done. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Bringing the feet flat down towards the floor. Just take the knees to the right. Take the hands out in line with the shoulders and look to your left. If you're in your second or third trimester, you're not going to look to your left, you're going to look to your right. Otherwise, you guys, if you are not working with pregnancy, look to your left. So knees are to the right, looking to your left. Spine twist. Well done. Just really enjoying that twist. If that feels too intense, take the knees away. Otherwise, take them further up towards your shoulders if you want a bit more of a stretch. On your inhale, zip the belly in, and as you exhale, bring the knees through the center. Take them to the left, looking to your right, or looking in the same direction of your knees if you're pregnant. Oh, blimey. Don't know if you can hear that. There's a child screaming outside. Take big, deep inhale, breath through the nose. Exhale, just surrendering down towards the mat. Exhaling now through the mouth. And then inhale, zip the belly and bring the knees back through the center. Just give yourself one last little hug here. I've managed to shift myself off the mat. Don't worry if that's happened to you. And then coming to find your final Shavasana here. So lying completely flat on your back. Likewise, if you are not able to lie on your back, you can just lie on your side or come to a seated position. But taking the last couple of minutes here just to breathe in your space. If you don't like lying down, feel free to just sit down or lie completely on your side, whatever works for you. So just allowing your body now to reap the benefits of that practice. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling, just allowing it all to fall out through the mouth. Just being aware of anything that bubbles up here that's emotionally, stress-wise, thoughts for the rest of the day or the evening. Just look to surrender them, come back to the breath. Stay present in your space here. Maybe inhale, you're looking to send the breath to every single centimetre of your body. And as you exhale, you're imagining you're just letting it all go. So nothing is forced. I'll bring you in at the end here, just another little minute or so on the mat. Just take this minute to soften down, to ground down into your space. To let go of anything that you don't need to take into the rest of your day. Lovely work, well done. Feel like you could stay here all day. You are welcome to stay here all day if you've got time. Otherwise, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring a bit of life back into your body, maybe having a stretch there in your space, rolling onto your right or your left side, and just taking a moment there before pressing yourself up to a seated position. Crossing the legs or finding a comfortable seat. Careful to not be rushing through those moves. Just finding length in the spine, taking a couple of last breaths here if we go into your day. So just coming back to the breath, taking a deep inhale, breath through the nose. Exhale, just letting it go. One more deep inhale, breath through the nose. Exhale, just letting it go. And then acknowledging your practice in whatever way works for you, if you like to do that. From me to you, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Well done. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. Well done. Great job.